Yeah, so here we are out in the shop, and this is the fixture to hold this part. Now these are the plates I made. I made 3 of these, so there's 6 parts. This is to make sure it works before I make a whole bunch of them. But like I said before, he wanted me to take these pieces here, thin them down, and then stand them up, and then walk the end mill around it. Does that make you dizzy? Walk the end mill around it. But I didn't think that was going to work. Well, it does work, but there's a lot of problems. So by using this fixture, as I showed you in the drawing, the computer, I can attach this piece to it, and that'll hold it on the proper angle. Then using the tooling ball, you only got to use the tooling ball one time. I stick it in the hole there, and it'll give me my dimensions. Now I'm going to use this screw goes in here, and that fits in there to hold the part in place with the 2 dowel pins. So you're saying, well, why does that look so funny? It's only a simple angle on top. Well, that's a funny story. Yeah, I can show you what happened there. I got this app that shows you about triangles and stuff like that. So anyway, what I did was I'm using a 5-inch sine bar. So I said, okay, this is 5-inch. Then this is the angle here. This is 35.5 or something like that. Anyway, this is 5-inch. So I need to know the distance here. So it came up to 3-inch, 660, something like that. So when I had this in the machine, I used a bubble protractor to get that angle to rough it out with a roughing end mill. And then when I put the sine plate on it, or the sine bar, it was tipped up more. And I thought, well, that's kind of strange, but the sine plate or the sine bar is much more accurate than my bubble level. So I went ahead and did it. I went ahead and finished that pocket, put the 2 holes in it, tapped the center hole, and then I just happened to put a piece in there. Well, actually, I used this piece here, and I just put it in there like that, and I put my protractor on it, and I got 45 degrees. And I said, oh, that's not right. So I got a 45 degree thing, and I put it in there, and it was perfect 45. And I said, oh boy, there's a problem somewhere, So I went in to the computer, and I did the same thing. I put this line here, 5 inches, put this at 35, and also I put this at 35, So that would be opposite that. So either this is going to be extremely high or it's going to be at the right length. So when I put 35 up here, it told me that this was like 7 inches or something. And I said, well, that's the opposite of 35 on the other side of the 180 scale. So I said, that's not right. So this one down here is right. So I put 35 and it gave me the same number, 3 inch, 600 and something. So I thought about it for a day or so. And I said, I know there's something I'm missing here. There's got to be something I'm missing because I'm definitely getting a 45-degree angle on here. And it's not right. So the more I thought about it, then I realized that this angle here represents the sine bar. And this should have been 5 inches from here to here. Because when it's laying flat, that would be here. But then when you tip it up, putting the pieces underneath this side to get the proper angle, this is the 5 inches. So when I plugged in the 5 inches here and I plugged in this number and it said it's supposed to be 3 inch 50 something or something like that. And that happened to be the right. So I did that and I had to instead of recutting this, because I already had the tapped holes in there and these holes were reamed, I said, well, I can just take it off of here and just change that angle like that and make it right. So that's what I did. I did that again using the 5 inch sine bar, but this time I used it up here, and I knew that I needed 35 from 45. That was about, I think it was 9.9 or something like that, basically 10 degrees. So this distance here ended up 7/8, 875. So I got a stack of Joe blocks, 875. I put it under there and I flipped this up and I did a cut here, flipped it over, put it on some parallels, did a cut here. And now when I check it, it comes out to the 35 degrees, which is what it's supposed to be. But that was the error I made. I used this line as the 5 inches when I should have used this line. It's been a couple of years since I used the sine bar, but it was just one of those things, you know. But I was able to, I thought about making a new one, like I said, but I said, well, I had 2 cuts, I can fix this instead of, cutting that and doing all that work. And so that's what I did. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's only for me to use, so that'll work out good. So then this part fits in here, goes in there. It's a fairly snug fit. Then, like I said, I'm going to put the tooling ball in the first one to get the correct angle and everything. And we'll see how that goes. And of course, after I put the tooling ball in there to get it, I got to put the screw in the center hole to fasten this piece to the fixture with the dowel pins here, keeping it straight and level, and so when it's standing up, everything is working good. But that's the story behind that. And then these other things I'm working on. Yeah, this is some kind of mechanism to hold some pieces. There's a bushings. Yeah, these bushings go in this part. There's a shaft that goes through here, and I made that out of a solid piece. There's still more work to do. I got to do some cutting here and some radius work here, but this job here is going to supersede this job This is for the guy for the ultralight. Then he's got this piece here, which is a pedal of some sort. The pedal goes over here, and then there's arms that go through here with a shaft. And I actually have that piece there. I got to finish it up. There's two of them. This gets a radius in the back, and this is actually a pedal. It moves back and forth, puts his foot on it. I'm not sure what it operates. Well, it says here brake pedal. Well, that's some of the other stuff I'm doing. Of course, my project, which is the gantry mill, always seems to get pushed to the back. But yeah, we'll finish this stuff up, and I'll get back on that thing. But anyway, that's we're gonna go to the shop and stick this in the machine and run a couple end mills around it. All right, talk to you later.